South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both.
Landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments for months.
In a community where political scandals are common, the story of Tiffany Henyard, Dalton's self-declared super mayor, is confusing both locals and outsiders. Henyard, who has gained notoriety as Thornton Township's supervisor and Dalton's mayor, is currently involved in several scandals. From allegations of excessive spending sprees to questionable dealings with law enforcement, it feels like a new chapter in her checkered political career is being unveiled every day. It's unclear if Henyard lost control or if her actions were driven by anything more intentional, as fresh charges surface.
This is a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested and charged.
The latest episode of Tiffany Henyard's ongoing saga begins with an ironic turn. Despite earning six figures from two public positions, Henyard is currently facing an eviction lawsuit for non-payment of rent. Yes, you read correctly. Dalton's mayor, who reportedly earns over $280,000 a year, hasn't paid rent since August. Her landlady, Jenna Tull, who was once a friend and supporter, is now involved in a court battle with Henyard, claiming she hasn't received any money in months. Tull says she had to take extreme means to deliver the eviction notice to Henyard. For someone who is in charge of millions of public funds, not paying rent raises serious problems.
She leaks Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now...
Hall paints an ethereal picture of the encounter. In addition to ceasing to pay rent, Henyard altered the garage codes and locks to prevent her from doing so, she claims, adding that she had run into a brick wall when trying to collect the money. For Hall, it's not just about the money, it's about principles. She trusted Henyard enough to lease her land, but a mayor who claims to represent her area allegedly disregarded her and resorted to violence against her. If these charges are accurate, it's difficult not to interpret this as a grim metaphor for Henyard's leadership style, taking without giving back.
Tiffany Henyard's landlord, and she says she came to this Thornton Township meeting Tuesday night hoping to get paid, what she says.
But the dispute over overdue rent is just getting started. Many have been shocked by Henyard's extraordinarily excessive spending while serving as mayor. As Dalton's budget deficit continues to widen, Henyard has reportedly been taking advantage of first-class flights, luxurious lodging, and fine dining when touring the country. According to alleged documents, she used public funds to pay thousands of dollars for luxurious accommodations this year alone, including stays at the Four Seasons in Atlanta and the Marriott Marquis in New York City. According to reports, her spending has drained Dalton's general budget by millions, causing the town to face financial difficulties that could endanger essential services. Nor is this really a one-time luxury.
Or allow me, I'm over it. Now it's time for me.
Henyard's excessive spending has angered locals, who say it shows how disconnected she is from society. Think about how she likes to eat in fancy restaurants. In just a few months, Dalton's public funds apparently covered about $23,000 in restaurant expenses. Why? The community has not received much justification for the need for such extravagant expenditures. Henyard and her team have reportedly justified these expenses by claiming that they are an effort to attract investment and advance the town's growth. Critics respond that this is not, in any way, representative of reality. As Dalton struggles with deteriorating infrastructure, broken water mains, and safety concerns, locals are left wondering, where's the investment in us? Henyard's luxurious lifestyle makes the people who formerly trusted her with the town's future feel deceived.
Another board meeting got canceled because of a lack of a quorum.
And that came after a disagreement about where to hold the meeting as trustees expressed concerns for their...
Even more worrisome is the way Henyard allegedly uses her power to silence opponents. She has reportedly designated local police officers to act as her personal security detail, closely monitoring anyone who might challenge her authority. In Dalton, this super mayor is in command of both the rules and the plot. Some small business owners say that if they don't comply with calls to make political contributions, they may be harassed and inspected. Lawrence Gardner, a local company owner, told how he was hounded after refusing to comply with pressure to donate to Henyard's campaign fund. In Gardner's view, refusing Henyard's requests was equal to inviting trouble. He and others portray a culture of fear, where everyone who disagrees with the mayor faces the possibility of retaliation.
Arrest, for individuals involved, I will be pressing charges.
Some residents have come to find Henyard's stringent ways unpleasant. On social media, a large number of people have publicly voiced their disapproval of her alleged abuses of power. The comments demonstrate the growing discontent. One person summed up the feelings of many by saying, "Calm down. Where is the FBI? Henyard needs to be arrested and this mess needs to be cleaned up right away." Just as furious, another commenter said, "Tiffany doesn't live there. This is merely a show house. Her mansion is probably in another state. Tiffany has taken too much money, so she is up to something." These remarks demonstrate the growing annoyance of Dalton's residents, who feel abandoned by a leader they believe is more focused on personal gain than on serving the community.
I'm at wit's end, and I fear that I'm going to go into foreclosure soon if I can't.
In addition, it seems the FBI has finally noticed. Henyard's administration is reportedly under investigation for her handling of public funds. Details of the FBI's probe are yet undisclosed, but insiders believe it focuses on her extravagant spending, which contrasts with Dalton's ongoing financial struggles. When a public figure embezzles public monies, the FBI takes it seriously. Henyard's luxurious lifestyle would soon be over if the rumors are accurate.
Especially contracts in order to get them served, which is.
The investigation is not limited to Henyard's personal expenses. Rumor has it that she has awarded lucrative contracts to campaign donors and close pals. Some sources claim that these contracts are part of a larger scheme to strengthen her power by gaining support from public monies. Even although Henyard's employees rejected these allegations as baseless, many Dalton residents remain unconvinced. In fact, more and more of them are calling for a formal investigation into Dalton's contract awarding procedure, arguing that Henyard's management operates like an exclusive club that only people with the right connections are allowed to join.
It appears that they're going to try to have a meeting upstairs. It is not.
It's not safe. As if the scandals weren't enough, Henyard's actions are now causing division even within her own group. Most recently, Henyard and trustee Stan Brown have been at odds over a lawsuit that is still unresolved. Brown claims that his name was added to the complaint without his consent. People close to Brown say that when he saw his name on the list, he was appalled and immediately attempted to distance himself from the situation. His outspoken denunciation of his role has further widened the divide and diminished her base of support as Henyard comes under increased scrutiny. Henyard was once a leader who engendered devotion, but it appears that her popularity is eroding daily. The clamor against Henyard has gotten so strong that many are comparing her to a reality TV star, accusing her of prioritizing popularity over administration. It's simple to see why. Henyard regularly attends public events with a sizable entourage that includes security guards, photographers, and fashionable clothing that draws a lot of attention. Locals who were simply hoping for a pleasant day out with their families found it nearly unbelievable when she appeared at a recent Valentine's Day ice rink celebration with her deputy police chief acting as her personal bodyguard. As Dalton's financial troubles worsen and his focus on appearance over content grows, residents who expected a public servant rather than a celebrity are growing more and more irritated. Henyard has responded defiantly to the mounting criticism. At recent public events, she blasted her critics, saying they were jealous of her success. At a contentious meeting, she reminded the trustees that she is the leader and demanded that they do what she says, accusing them of doing nothing more than running their mouths. However, the Dalton community doesn't seem to understand these terms. There are not enough words to describe a town in dire straits. With each new controversy, Henyard's leadership loses confidence, leaving residents to wonder how long they will have to wait for reform. Since Henyard recently announced her plan to compete for re-election, the controversy has only gotten worse. Despite the scandals that have surrounded her, she remains hopeful that the people of Dalton will support her once more. However, the opposition is as dedicated to bringing about change. Trustee Jason House, a staunch opponent of Henyard, has declared his desire to run for mayor and pledged to restore decorum and order to Dalton's government. Alongside him, a group of candidates known as the Clean House Slate have emerged, vowing to combat the corruption they claim has plagued the hamlet under Henyard's leadership. In this next election, which is turning out to be a battle for the town's future, Dalton residents will have to choose between Henyard's disobedient leadership and the possibility of a fresh start under House and his crew. For those who have been following this saga, Henyard's unwavering resolve is both predictable and puzzling. This mayor is undeterred by the swarm of scandals surrounding her and continues to keep up her efforts despite being facing eviction, increasing legal issues, and now federal inspection. Perhaps she believes her connections and loyal fans will see her through. Or maybe she is so wrapped up in her own story that she fails to notice the warning flags. Henyard's story is far from over anyway. As Dalton observes its self-described super mayor handle escalating difficulties, the crucial question remains whether Henyard will be able to hold on to her position, or will these controversies ultimately lead to her failure? With a federal investigation reportedly underway, what might the ramifications be for Dalton's future? Kindly provide your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Kindly let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on this subject.